All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Not Life. My name is Adewale Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to continue on with the Karjakz Vs Assassins. Took a break last week and talked about Voltron. You know, y'all been waiting a minute on that one, but it's time to get back to the greatest animation galaxy ever in animation history, Karjakz Vs Assassins, and we continue on to the villains, led by Lord SUNTZU himself, leader of the assassins, the creator of the assassins. That's right, Lord SUNTZU himself, the overlord himself, commander, general, right there on the right, you know what I'm saying? And these are the assassins right here. But, you know, version 5 of the great villain himself, Lord SUNTZU. So I'm gonna get into that. But before we get into this awesome, amazing episode today about SUNTZU, let's thank our sponsors and pay some of these bills. I can't believe I just said that. This Science Vision podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services, from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, that's Tigler.com. Search today on Tigler.com. Don't wait, search today. Get your search on today on Tigler.com. As I stated before, President, CEO, great of Tigler, the creator of Tigler, Aditya Agboke. Let me tell you, man, this search engine is amazing. The CEO himself is amazing. So, you know, you want to get on Tigler.com. Sanusi Vision joins forces with Tigler, and guess what that does for us? Our profile. When I tell you our profiles went up, man, that thing don't went up. Our YouTube channel is like that. So people are searching Tigler, guess what they're searching for indirectly? Sanusi Vision. And vice versa. When they're on YouTube searching Sanusi Vision, guess what it does? It's searching for Tigler. Let me tell you, man, it's great to join forces with a great company. So Tigler.com. Don't wait. Search Tigler today. From plumbers, pediatricians, carpenters, nurses, babysitters, contractors, landscapers, anything professional, guess where you got to go? Tigler.com. That's Tigler.com, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel for the ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I always got these awesome custom orthotics designed by yours truly, the greatest foot specialist in the galaxy, Dr. Nero Nusode. That's right, these are built directly for only me. And guess where they get to go? In every pair of batas that I wear. As y'all well know, Batas is my official footwear line. Yes, it is trademarked. It is mine. And guess what has also happened? These shoes go to every pair of batas that I wear, so my feet are no longer in pain. I am pain-free, going 8 years plus now. I never thought it'd be so awesome. And these custom orthotics are designed to my feet only. They can only fit my feet. None of that generic stuff. And because the Batas footwear line is so great, guess what's happened now? Dr. Nero Nusode has said, he's informed me that Batas is going to be the official shoe that's going to be looked at on AnadelCenter.com as well as their social media platforms. So, you know, I'm super amped up about that, man. As I stated before, AnadelCenter.com, they got 2 locations in the Frisco, Dallas area. They got one in Frisco, Texas, and they got one in the Dallas area. So make an appointment today. Let your feet get happy like mine. Because trust me, when I say I'm pain-free, I'm pain-free. And guess what else? Dr. Nosode doesn't always run the surgery, man. He will teach you the various different techniques of stretching your feet, stretching your muscles, so that plantar fasciitis, so that foot pain, you ain't having that no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't always surgery. So if you want the best of the best, the greatest in the galaxy, go see Dr. Nero Nusode at one of their awesome Anadel Center locations and get your feet pain-free. Come on now. Don't do it to yourself. AnadelCenter.com as well. And also, Sue, I don't want to forget, both Tigler and AnadelCenter.com have got their social media platforms popping now. You know what I'm saying? They got their YouTubes popping. They're going to have their YouTubes popping. YouTube, right now, Anadel's got their YouTube up. So go right there, get on there and find them on Anadel. Just search Anadel. You're going to see them. You can't miss that logo. Same things come with Tigler. Tigler coming with that YouTube channel. They come with the social media platforms. It's going to be YouTube. There's going to be some Twitter up in there. You know what I'm saying? TikTok is going bye-bye, so ain't nobody going that direction no more. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, I'm telling you right now, man, AnadelCenter.com, Tigler.com. Get on there, get your search on, get your feet pain-free, man. All right, y'all? So let's get into this podcast episode, man. As I stated before, we are going to continue with the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. And we're going to focus on the leader of the assassins, the creator of the assassins, the antagonist of the old Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, none other than himself, Lord SUNTZU himself. Yeah, the overlord, with his sidekick over there, SETH, his guardian, his protector. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as I stated before, you guys know how I roll. I got to talk about Lord SUNTZU, man. So I'm going to bust out the iPad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what can I tell y'all? The iPad look like that thing got 12% left, man. I got to plug this joker. Are you kidding me? Man, I got to find Lord SUNTZU first and foremost before this iPad pass out. We ain't going to let you pass out yet. Don't pass out yet now. Check it out. Lord SUNTZU himself, the overlord. Yeah, the villain, the greatest villain ever created. You know what I'm saying? Right. You've seen some villains, but nothing like this guy. Lord Sun Tzu, the overlord himself, unquestioned leader of the assassins, the creator of the assassins, as he's with his guardian, as I said before, Seth. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Sun Tzu. Y'all, man, let me give me a second. I gotta plug my deal. And this thing about to pass out. Man, okay. Yo, I'm trying to charge up. You got to be kidding me. Okay, well, we ain't about to let it pass out. Y'all know what I'm saying? So guess what I'm about to do? So look, yes, back to my arrangement. My iPad was about to pass out, yo. I didn't want that because I might need to show y'all something. Thing was down to 12%, but yo, yeah, I used the workout this morning from boxing. That's what's going on. I wore that iPad down to the ground. That workout was awesome. But look, back to Lord Sun Tzu, leader of the assassins, the unquestioned leader of the assassins. That's right. This guy right here. He's the reason why Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is so amazing. He's the antagonist, Lord Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you some breakdowns about what this guy is, man. You know, what he is. His origins. We're going to focus on his origins, his history, his abilities, comics, animation, and of course, movies. With a character like this, man, I ain't never seen no villain, aside from Darth Vader, that's going to be so beloved. Yeah, that's right. Lord Sun Tzu's like that. That dude, he's that dude. Let me tell you, I can't tell you how many people, when I'm at art shows, when I first started, when I first drew him, nobody was paying attention. And then all of a sudden, when I got to version 5, and I've told this story a bunch of times, man, the new Sun Tzu, oh, he was catching people's attention. They was like, who is this dude? Man, and people would sit there wanting me to tell the story about him. And I'd be like, well, he's the leader of the assassins, Lord Sun Tzu, overlord. They're like, man, this dude, he looked like he can whoop anybody. I said, oh no, he can't just whoop anybody. He is that dude. And so, the origins of Sun Tzu, right? He's the leader of the assassins. Blaine Bishop, an orphan, parents long deceased. You know what I'm saying? His parents are unknown. His children, Kanji and Rivo, who are half Filipino and half African. And so he returns. But before I get to his kids, I have to get to him. He's an orphan. Not so much abandoned, but his parents deceased. So he's had a horrible life. He raised himself. His real name, leader of the assassins. His rank, overlord, team leader, without question. Real name, Blaine Bishop. Alias, of course, Sun Tzu. Come on now. Citizenship, unknown. Where is he from? Place of birth, Denovo City. And for those who want to know what Denovo means, that means nowhere. So the man doesn't even know where he is, but he knows where he is. Makes sense? What's his height? Shoot, 6'2". Weight, 220. He's not a small dude, man. Bald, he's intimidating looking. Go check out my, wait till you see me in the comic book. Y'all are going to be tripping. The first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But Sun Tzu, every time I talk about this guy, I get crunk. No, I get crunk for all the other characters too, but Sun Tzu he just makes my energy go through the roof, you know what I mean? So Sun Tzu, this guy was an orphan. His parents deceased. He doesn't even know his parents. All he knows that he was 10 years old, 12 years old, fending for himself. And the world is unmerciful to you. So he's been through a lot. Being homeless. Had nowhere to call home. Had nowhere to say, hey, this is where I live, this is where I stay. Nah, none of that. He just living on the street. And so, as he grew older, as he got older, he started to figure out things. Funny enough, miraculously, he makes it through high school. Somehow gets to college. Because I'm not going to divulge all that. That's all stuff that's in the comic book. As the story goes, I'm not divulging. And so, he's in college. And in his day, he realizes that he needs to start formulating a team to get around what his ambitions and what his great goals are. But nothing but universal world domination. And you're going to see in the first official comic book, all I'm going to do is I want you to imagine this a scene, a throne room. Him sitting there as the overlord that he is. Everything at his command. Man, when I say this dude looks cool, he looks super cool. Like, the version 5 y'all looking at right here, y'all think this is cool? Oh my God, wait till you see version 6. Version 6 is that spot. See, Sun Tzu is not your typical average villain. This guy is not your overlord that sits there on the sideline watching the bells do the work. No. He's always in the front of the lines, leading the charge. He likes getting his hands dirty. He's got this rule about not sitting on his backside and having his underlings do the work for him. No. And see, his underlings aren't really his underlings because his fiance is artillery, his general. His children, Kanji and Revo, super trained in the shadow arts of how Sun Tzu wants them to eventually succeed him. This guy right here, man, Sun Tzu, he's not only brilliant, his brilliance is equal to his evilness. And I know that's all nerdish, but that's how I just got to explain this guy. He's the villain of all villains. I'm talking for all the villains you can ever think of. Darth Vader, Mamra from Thundercats, Apocalypse from the X-Men, Thanos from Avengers, Darkseid from Justice League. That's the only villains that I can think that are equal to his evilness. You know what I'm saying? In terms of villains that are top dogs like that, yeah, them dudes, those are the only dudes, and they ain't even touching Sun Tzu. You know, Sun Tzu is a dude who commands. His presence is commanding. He gets in the room, he's in charge. You ain't alpha no more once he walks up in that room. You a beta. You lucky you might be a Charlie. You know what I'm saying? I know that's funny, but that's Sun Tzu right there. I remember when I created him, going to the shows, excuse me, people would say, man, who is this dude with the saber? I said, oh, that's Lord Sun Tzu, leader of the assassins. They'd be like, tell me more. And look, let me tell y'all, when I used to explain Sun Tzu, people's eyes would drop because one thing I was noticing, in the history of animation, not many people have seen an African-American character be a cool villain. I want you to think about one villain that you know that's African-American. That's a cool villain. I'm waiting. I'm sure even as y'all watching my podcast, y'all thinking like, man, he's right. You ain't lying. The only one you can think of is really Black Manta from just DC Comics. Aside from Black Manta, who can y'all really think of that's a great villain? You know what I'm saying? Bronze Tiger's not really a villain. He's a mercenary. But Sun Tzu, oh man. When I tell people we love him at the shows, they love him at the shows. From posters to t-shirts. Every time I post anything Sun Tzu, it's on and popping. I remember creating this villain, and I have an enjoyment and epiphany for Asian art. I remember creating him. I didn't know what I was going to call him. But I said, whatever name I'm going to call him, it's got to be something that says, he that dude. He's tactical. He's strategist. When he step up in the room, you got to fall back. I was like, oh man. You know what? Only name worthy of this dude right now is Sun Tzu. So I call him Lord Sun Tzu. And then sometimes when I feel like it, I call him Lord Sun Tzu. Because that's what he is. He's an overlord, commander. Like, in any command, he is in command. I don't care if I had Darkseid, Thanos, Mamra, Apocalypse, and whoever else you think of in one room. He gonna be that dude. He that alpha in that room, and they gonna know what's up. You know, what makes him unique is that, even though he's human, there's just something about this guy, you don't mess with him. Even since he was little, 12, fending for himself. Cats knew not to mess with him. He's always been the biggest character in the room. Never the smallest dude in the room. And cats knew what was up. You know how you be somewhere where people just tell you, yo, that dude right there is the dude you don't mess with? That's Sun Tzu right there. Overlord, commander. That's Sun Tzu right there. Blame Bishop himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's Sun Tzu right there. That's his origins. You know, he's from nowhere. Donova City. Nowhere. So when a person's from nowhere, guess what they're going to do? Try to take everywhere. And that's what Sun Tzu's done. Forget just conquering the earth. Oh, no. He wants to conquer the galaxy. You see, the age of all this Karjakz Vs Assassins universe allows him to do that. You know, technology, when it comes to technology, can't mess with Sun Tzu. He creates his own technology. He's equal to Cajun in the technological field. And yes, there's a path, there's a part of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe doing the storyline where him and Cajun meet. This is where the whole battle begins. And this is where Cajun realizes, I can't take this guy on alone. No, not with the minions that he got. Not with artillery, not with Revo, Kanji, Excursion, Yukon, Snipes, the Coyotes, and SETH at his disposal. I got to bring my own team too. And henceforth the birth of the Karjakz right there. Because they got to defeat these evil assassins led by this guy, Lord Sun Tzu. So yo, that's Sun Tzu's origins right there. Now, next up is the history of Sun Tzu. Without question, I got to break y'all down the history of Sun Tzu. And I can't tell you everything because Not only can I not tell you everything about Sun Tzu in the storyline, it's because it's going to affect the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, but it's also going to affect the next bio book I got coming out on these characters. And when I say this bio book is fire, it is fire, man. And see, Sun Tzu, I'm going to give you a lot of slipping, y'all. Real name, Blaine Bishop. Blaine Bishop, Sun Tzu, is the reincarnation of evil, born to rule, sheltered in war. He believes only the strong should survive and the weak should be made to perish. That's all I'm going to say. He lives for control and longs for a world where might makes right. That's all I'm going to tell you. Sun Tzu, man, that dude, like the history of Sun Tzu. Now we get to bring together what he is. See, Sun Tzu at one junction lived in Asia. And so different factions, because the woman he fell in love with was Filipino, they decided it was unacceptable. So guess what they did? They took her out. They took her out. Okay. And he decides, you know what? One day I'm coming. See, at that time, he didn't have a lot of power. But when he returned, guess what he had? Power. And guess at the same time, he come to collect his children. Because when they took his wife's life, she was left, and the Kanjan River were left for themselves. So when he returns, he's like, can't find his wife, and comes to find out that they had taken her out. These opposing factions that weren't approval of what for his love with his lady. And so guess what happens when he comes back, donning the armor? He puts in work on them, but he doesn't do it himself. Oh, no. He trains his children. He brings them back after they form the assassins. Now, Kanjan Rivo brought back to the States. He has to raise them, groom them. And he has to also replace the loss that they have in their heart, which is their mother. And so what replaces that position? Artillery, a stepmother, a woman who is trained in herself, who in herself is merciless. And so, everything that Sun Tzu's first wife didn't have in her, artillery has in her. Not to mention now, artillery has to take on the responsibility of being a mother to Kanji and Rivo. And so now Sun Tzu trains his children in the shadow arts, grooms them, specifically Kanji, who's destined to become his heir to the throne, the assassin's throne that is there. Yes, Rivo is the most gifted assassin, but he doesn't have the temperament, the leadership qualities that Kanji, his daughter, has, his firstborn. And not because she's the firstborn, the reason why she's going to inherit the throne is because he realizes that she's the most like him. And like he always says to her, the most dangerous thing on this earth is a woman that knows what she wants. And so Sun Tzu raises her to be just like him. And so as he's raising them, teaching them the shadow arts, he's also continuously building an empire. So what does he do? At his disposal, he puts together a team, artillery, a general. He says to artillery, let me ask you a question. Do you want to be just another agent, or do you want to be something greater? Something that rules the world. And artillery is always about that power, always about takeover. And when you got a woman like that that's fiending for power, thirsty for power, you got to have on your side. But he decides, you know what? It's not enough that this woman be his general. No, she needs to be his queen. So she becomes his fiance. And as you see through the book, the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins comic books, you get to see it, their relationship. You get to see the respect that they have for themselves. And you get to see that indirectly, artillery replaces. She doesn't replace Kanji and Rivo as their mother, but they see in her a woman that can show them the future, show them how the way to live, how to be. And so she grooms them. You see it in the comic books all the time. She's always regulating on them. She got no problem, but because it's not just out of hate, but it's out of love. It's out of her wanting them to defend themselves and be the future that they're going to become. And she trains them herself, combat skills. Now Sun Tzu provides the resources, but she gives them the hand-to-hand combatant training. That's why Kanji is so surgical with her stuff. That's why Rivo is so tactical. He's the sickest. And to tie this whole thing together, Cynthia from the Karjakz, she used to be part of their team. And so Cynthia also trained Kanji. So you can see the betrayal that Kanji is feeling when Cynthia goes over to the Karjakz. But Sun Tzu, right, put together his team. Artillery is general. His children, Rivo and Kanji. Kanji and Rivo. Excursion, a former Navy SEAL turned hitman. He said, you know what? Don't work for chump change, come work for me. Not only will I give you the resource needed, but I will give you the power at your disposal to do whatever you want. And then, of course, Snipes, the drop-dead beauty gorgeous. He's like, you know what, girl? Forget just being a supermodel. How about you come work for me? And you can do all kinds of damage. And, Snipes is kind of cuckoo in the head, so she was feeling that. And, of course, Yukon, always about winning. Don't matter how you get the W, as long as you get the W. You know what I'm saying? So Sun Tzu let Yukon know, I can provide you every resource needed for you to be the strongest human being alive. And then, of course, to feel invincible. That's what Yukon's always wanted. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the Coyotes, the android assassins created by him himself, Lord Sun Tzu. And he creates them because he never wants to be where his minions, his soldiers, have to be in the front for it. So the coyotes were created simply to be the marines of the assassins. They are the first to go in. And see, the cool thing about the coyotes is that they can mimic the fighters to which they are fighting. So whether they're fighting the Karjakz or anybody else that they're fighting, they're going to take them out. And when you see the first official Karjakz stats come up, you're going to realize, man, this dude Sun Tzu is sick, man. He off the chain. My brothers told me this repeatedly. He said Sun Tzu might be the coolest character out of all the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. And he said, don't be shocked if people love the villains more than they love the heroes. Which is not tripping me out anymore, because the art shows, the comic conventions that I go to, which I'm going to one this year, LA Comic Con in October, people be like, these villains are off the chain. You know what I'm saying? So, that's Sun Tzu's history, man. You're talking about a guy who has to figure it out from the gate. No parents, deceased, orphan, builds himself, gets through high school, if you want to call it high school, gets to college, uses college as disposal. Yes, and yes, when he gets to college, he doesn't pay for it either. Because guess what he qualifies for? Scholarships. Using that billions. But while in college, deciding, you know what? I need to build an army. Because he already knew what he wanted to do from young, and since he was 12. He said, you know what? If the world won't show me love, I won't show the world no love either. You know what I'm saying? And can you blame the man? Like I told y'all, people gonna root for Sun Tzu, man. I told you this episode got me crunk, man. So, Sun Tzu's history. This is the first version of Sun Tzu right here. Right? Look at that. When I first was joined, didn't know what I was doing. Look at him and Seth right there. Now Seth is the Egyptian mystical tiger, which comes to Seth, which I'm going to come back to right now, because I don't want to forget the history of Seth. Look at that. Seth and Sun Tzu again. Now, as we got to this junction right here, you know what I'm saying? This is when I knew something was popping. I said, oh yeah. And then, of course, in the Bible, version 3, right? Version 5 right here. Sun Tzu and Seth again. Now, you're wondering about Seth. Now, Seth is a gift. Just like how Cajun inherited, got to have Sphinx be his guardian, Seth becomes Sun Tzu's guardian. And I'm not going to tell you about who sent Seth, but just know he was a god too. Just as how the Karjakz got a god on their side, the assassins got a god on their side too. And this god decides to send Sun Tzu, this tiger, Seth, an Egyptian mystical tiger. His job is to protect Sun Tzu, right? To get Sun Tzu all that he needs. Nothing must converge or get in the way of Sun Tzu. And so Seth is a guardian bishop, right? As he protects, Seth's numbers. This dude, tiger, is heavy. Same way that Sun Tzu. Same way that Seth, Sphinx, except he's evil. As you can see, his eyes are glowing red versus, look at Seth's eyes. They're glowing red instead of blue. Complete evil half to complete evil twin of Sphinx. With everything good that Sphinx is, that's everything evil that Seth is. Seth is evil. He don't care. Forget chicken nuggets. He's going to eat a human being. He's going to spit him out. And when he puts on that armor, oh man, everything Sphinx can do from growing size. Now, the one difference from Seth and Sphinx is that Seth has this other ability, to which I'm not going to disclose to you till you read the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. And that book is coming, y'all. I see, one thing I'm learning to do is manifest my dreams and believe in what I'm doing. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. And that's why I can take my time with this comic book and not rush it. Check for all corrections. And lucky for me, I'm glad I'm checking for corrections. Because y'all, I be seeing all kinds of grammatical mishaps. I'm like, oh, crap. Thank God this stuff hasn't been printed yet. It'd be a hot mess, man. You know what I mean? But nothing's perfect. I don't care about perfection. I just care about not a total hot mess. That's what I care about. And so Seth been this guardian tiger. Evil. The complete opposite. And as you can see, Seth is more black with gray stripes, whereas Sphinx is blue with black stripes. You know what I'm saying? And Seth wasn't always evil, but as time went through, he started to see when by the God that sent him to protect Sun Tzu, he's like, you know what? You got two twins. We always knew the universe would separate them, and so the universe did. And so Seth becomes evil. And then when Seth becomes evil, he becomes a real complete opposite of Sphinx. When you see Seth, you know what's funny about this? I've actually had somebody tell me that they think Seth is cooler than Sphinx, which is a rarity to hear. But because most people think Sphinx is the coolest. But when they say Seth, oh, this tiger is kind of cool. A black tiger with red eyes, oh, this tiger is sick as hell. And when you see him, you realize what he is to Sun Tzu. He's a guardian. Just like Sphinx is a guardian to all the Karjakz, Seth is a guardian to Sun Tzu, but also to all the other assassins. Because once Sun Tzu chose each assassin, now Seth is not so much obligated, but he feels a duty to protect all the other assassins, whether it's artillery, kanji and revo, excursion, snipes, yukon, even the android coyotes. You know what I'm saying? So that's Seth right there. Seth and Sun Tzu, man. That's the history of this. This guy right here is, oh my God. These two, Sun Tzu is so sick. And only Sun Tzu could be so sick as to have a black tiger that looks like the coolest thing you've ever seen. You know what I mean? So that's Sun Tzu's history right there. Now next up are the abilities of Sun Tzu and Seth. Now Sun Tzu's abilities, as you well know, he's his occupation, which is not ability but is an ability. He's the ONC of Argon Tech. His fighting skills, and he's a technological developer. That's skills and abilities right there. Intelligence, brilliant, cunning, conniving, manipulative, a true villain of villains. He's and the thing about Sun Tzu, he does the work himself. He doesn't hire nobody. Nah. He like to get his hands dirty himself. See, when the assassins are on the field, he ain't chilling in the cut like a lot of super villains, overlords. Nah. He in the field. He like, yo, what's up? It's going down. That's Sun Tzu right there. You know what I mean? And some of the other skills he includes, fighting skills include the shadow arts, master in Jet Kundo, which is also something, guess who studied? Cajun. You see? Karate, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo. When I say he's got multiple disciplines, he got multiple disciplines. He wants to have no shortage of how to whoop your you-know-what, and to how to break you off without no mercy. And trust me, Sun Tzu is unmerciful. As conniving and brilliant as he is, his combat skills is just as equal. I can see him whooping Thanos' you-know-what. I can see him whooping Darkseid's you-know-what. And I speak those two characters specifically because those are the only other two villains that I know, and Darth Vader like getting their hands dirty. True overlords. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, Darth Vader has a different commander over him. But Darkseid and Thanos don't have no overlord. They are the overlord. You know what I'm saying? They're the command. In every command, they're in command. So like Sun Tzu, he's an overlord. And some of these other skills include his weapons. I'm not going to say what it is, but trust me, they include a lot of beams, cannons, and all kinds of manuals of abilities to do. I can't disclose it because when the first official Karjakz comic book comes out, y'all going to know what's up. His abilities. Now this guy right here, when I say his abilities, technical abilities. Ability to create different types of technology. He created the coyotes. He created all the weapons each member of the assassins have. From artillery's pulse cannons to kanji swords and kanji revo swords to their motorcycles to the vehicles that the assassins have. Whether it's excursion, snipes, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's artillery's fighter jet. That's all Sun Tzu right there. Designed and created by him. This guy right here, Sun Tzu, gets his hands dirty, man. He's a creator. That's what makes him so dangerous. See, most supervillains aren't creators like him. Most overlords aren't creators, but he's an overlord. I can't think of any villain that has any creative abilities like that. See, creation is Sun Tzu's greatest weapon. With him being able to create, there's nothing that can stand in his path or in his way. You know what I'm saying? So, aside from the fighting skills, he's got the ability to unite, to galvanize people, to say, you know what? You ain't got enough. How about you come with me and let me get you more? That's Sun Tzu right there. You know what I'm saying? I just freestyled that right there. I feel like I was rapping or something. You know what I mean? Sun Tzu, man, dude. He's that dude. You know what I'm saying? When you have an ability, see, you can see him. You see version 1 right here. Version 2 right here. And then version 3. Oh, I'm over there putting the wrong thing up. Right there. And then version 3 right here. See, in the bio books that I've created. And what's the one thing you notice? Now, right in here, it becomes weaponized on the third one. See, the first one, no weapons. Second one, okay, we're getting close. But the third one, I remember drawing this and say, you know what? I had to give him something different, man. So I come up with this cool-looking, sword-looking, double sword-looking thing. It's like a lance, but it's not really a lance. You know what I'm saying? Double-sided sword. It's sick as I don't know. It's got a name, but I ain't giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? And so Sun Tzu's got that weapon. And when he puts it on you, man, I can't tell my people, because I can't tell my people who ask me, yo, how in the hell is Cajun going to beat Sun Tzu? That's literally impossible. Have you seen Sun Tzu? And I'll be telling them, hey, man, trust me, Cajun got heart. It's not about beating Sun Tzu. It's about challenging him and knowing you ain't afraid of him. because Sun Tzu is an intimidating character. Trust me. Height 6'2", in armor 6'7", height 220, weight 220, in armor 325. 325. Sun Tzu weighs more than most offensive linemen in football. Man, he weighs more than some sumo wrestlers in armor. That armor is not only heavy, but it's damn near indestructible. A nuclear warhead couldn't touch Sun Tzu. That's how powerful Sun Tzu is. You got to have a whole different range of technology to go against Sun Tzu. And the only dude got that technology is Cajun. You know what I'm saying? That's his arch nemesis. You know what I'm saying? So, Sun Tzu's abilities are off the chain. Now, his partner, his guardian, SETH, that guy's abilities are off the chain. SETH is about 400 pounds in normal weight. But then when he puts on that armor, talking about 700 to 800 pounds, he's heavy. He can gravitate towards the shadows. He can grow in size. He can turn his skin to certain forms of metal. You know what I'm saying? Then there's other things he can do too, but I'm not going to tell you. SETH is evil. Like, this guy can blend into all kinds of different amenities. SETH is like, you don't want to be finding yourself in a situation where you don't see him coming. That ain't going to work out for you. And when I say SETH is like he's got the same kind of abilities as Sphinx, except his abilities are evil. Like, SETH has no desire to be good. And it's funny how he might not be able to speak, but you can tell by SETH's actions that this tiger is no good. He's a villainous villain. You know what I'm saying? And so with him having the abilities that he has, the gift sent to Sun Tzu by one of the gods, and then Sun Tzu realizes that Sun Tzu's an overlord, but he's got a different god watching his back, the same way the Karjakz got a god watching their back. And that's what you got to have, right? And so Sun Tzu acquires a different power, and so whenever he acquires powers, he's able to telepathically link up with SETH. So there's no need for me to tell SETH what he's thinking. SETH knows when they go into battle what he's thinking. There's an automatic sync when it's battle time. Once Sun Tzu puts on his armor, they can sync. But in other times, he can communicate with him through signage verbiage, because SETH understands it. You know what I'm saying? SETH is just so sick. Man, he's a sick tiger. Like, dude, I have kids come into my show when I'm at the show. They're like, man, this dude SETH, what can he do? I was like, man, he can do all kinds of things. I'll be like, he can grow big. They're like, whoa. I used to watch a lot of cartoons. The only other cartoon where there was an evil tiger was Panther from He-Man. He-Man from the 2002, 2003 series. That is by far my most favorite He-Man ever. Not that this episode was like He-Man, but I remember the idea of Panther in He-Man. I'm like, oh, Panther. Okay, that's the only cartoon I can think of where they have an evil tiger. See, I'd never seen a show where they had an evil tiger till I watched He-Man. And then when I saw that He-Man 2002, I said, oh, this is kind of sick. Usually the villain doesn't get like a psychic, like a bird or a tiger or anything like that. They usually don't get nothing. But I guess in those episodes of He-Man, the creators of He-Man decided to give Skeletor a tiger. The same thing with Sun Tzu. If Cajun's got a tiger, I got to give Sun Tzu a tiger. Now y'all are wondering what's the correlation between Cajun and Sun Tzu. Don't worry about that. You're gonna figure it out in the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic universe. You're gonna be like, oh, this is sick. Whoa, this is sick. See, they have ties. I call it the ties that bind. There's a binding between Sun Tzu and Cajun, but even they don't even know it. But they gonna know. They gonna know. You know what I'm saying? They gonna know. And I ain't gonna tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's Sun Tzu's abilities. This guy has the ability to do so many things with that armor. That armor offers different types of modes. Heat mode, cold mode. I mean, all kinds of... like I told you, a nuclear war is not getting through this armor. You have to have the kind of technology or be a god to even touch this armor. You know what I'm saying? Sun Tzu is... And then the armor also too offers Sun Tzu some advancements. Strength, invulnerability, flight. You know what I'm saying? Camouflage modes. Different armor modes, to which I'm not going to discuss you today because I ain't about to take it away from Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying? But that's his abilities right there. He's cunning. He's godly stuff. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant scientist. Not too many villains are born with this array of gambit of abilities to be able to do as many things as Sun Tzu can do. But Sun Tzu's so brilliant. He's so clever. He's so intelligent. You know what I'm saying? His intelligence is an ability. Ain't too many cats is that intelligent, man. The only person equal to that intelligence in terms of that creativity is Cajun. And they got to do many battles, man. And Cajun comes to realize that I need to respect this guy. And the same directly, whether Sun Tzu wants to admit it or not, he respects Cajun. You know what I'm saying? So, Sun Tzu's abilities, along with SETH, man, they off the chain, y'all. So that's the abilities right there. Next up are comics. Man, need I say more? You know what I started with, man, was this bio book right here. I used to look at a bunch of whole different comics. And I used to tell myself, when I created this first bio book, I said, okay, I want to have characters, but I also want to have my own characters, my own book series, but I didn't know what to do. So I created this bio book. Now from this bio book came this version 1, then version 2, then version 5, version 3. When I got this version 3 of the book, I realized, okay, I'm ready to do a comic book. See, I had this project, which animation I'm going to talk about later. Once I did the animation intro for the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, I said, oh man, okay, I need to create a comic book. Because I stopped reading comics for a long time. But when I created my own characters, I realized I needed comic books. See, a guy like Sun Tzu, you give him a comic book. I don't know too many villains that have their own comic book. Now, Deadpool is technically not a villain. You know what I'm saying? So this is Sun Tzu right here. He's technically not a villain. I don't know any villains that have their own comic book. I'm running through my... I don't even know if Darkseid has a comic book. Not even Thanos. And those are two great villains. But Sun Tzu, oh, he gonna have his own comic book. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine a comic book series where I get to explain to y'all how Sun Tzu became Sun Tzu? How Sun Tzu became this amazing villain? See, my comics, my bio book allows me to integrate information using the combination of the animation and this book to create the comic book. See, when I created the comic book is when I realized each character needs to have their own comic book. Sun Tzu is no different from Cajun or any other of the Karjakz that I talked about. You know, Sun Tzu, like if you take his history, the idea of Sun Tzu being in his own comic series is too enticing. So many people have asked me, is this guy going to get a comic book? I said, heck yeah. Are you kidding me? I mean, people are like, it'd be sick as hell to see this character, how he built himself, how he got to where he is. From starting off homeless, to becoming wealthy, to going to college, to becoming the overlord of the assassins, to creating the assassins. You know what I'm saying? You get to see how he creates the assassins. That's what's going to be great out of this comic book. How he took care of himself. How he molded himself to become Sun Tzu. How he realized that it's kill or be killed. How he realized that, okay, I ain't got no parents. Okay, I'm an orphan. All right, what am I going to do now? I ain't going to cry over it. Oh, no. I'm going to harden myself. You see what I'm saying? The comic series is going to be so sick. Like Sun Tzu is going to be the coolest comic villain you've ever seen. The comic book. I can't think of any other villain that had a comic book that was that cool. Dr. Doom ain't have no comic book. Thanos ain't got no comic book that I know of. Darkseid ain't got no comic book that I know of. Who else am I think of? Mamra from Thundercats ain't got no comic book. You know, this character right here, when I say comic books, it's gonna be sick to watch him and Seth run through the whole gambit of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. While defeating their other villains that the assassins have, they're also going to be defeating the Karjakz, trying to take them out, trying to put them down once and for all. You know, having your own having a character like this have a comic book, like it's like what's really spawned this, what really started this whole idea was when I was growing up, I used to read comic books, but none of the comic books had characters that looked like me. Not enough of it. Not enough of where I felt it to be respectable. And so when I created the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, I said, you know what? Whether it's the villains or the heroes, I gotta give them their own book. But it just so happens that Sun Tzu is so cool, I had to. Most people don't give villains their own comic book, but I am going to, because the characters, the assassins, are just as important as the Karjakz. And Lord Sun Tzu is the antagonist of the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. None are more higher than him in terms of ranking, in terms of who they be, who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Let me give my glasses a break. Yeah, these awesome glasses that I got. I was just trying them out. I had to see how they felt. You know what I'm saying? I had to see how they felt. They feel awesome. And so part of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins, I don't need them to see. If you're wondering if I need glasses to see, I don't need them. I just wear them once in a while just so my eyes can get training. You know what I'm saying? And so Lord Sun Tzu in this comic book series, he's gonna have a whole gambit. The ones that he's in by himself, him and Seth are in by themselves. Then the one he's with the assassins. You know I got to have a comic book with him with the assassins. Are you kidding me? You know they don't have their own storyline. And then of course the one that is the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. And I definitely think people are gonna love the ones that are with the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. They're gonna love the ones that are him by himself, and also to the ones with the assassins, which is gonna make him look so cool. Like I told you, there ain't too many villains like this guy, right, man? He can get the whole gambit just like a hero could get it. Comics, animation, the whole business. He's that powerful. He's that cool. When people see him at the whether it's on a water bottle or whether they see me at the comics books deal, they're like, man, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen. See, look at me giving myself a break. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that's the assassins right there. That's what we're talking about right there. That's Lord Sun Tzu. The comic books, are you kidding me? They're gonna be the sickest thing you've ever seen. Sun Tzu is a character that this comic stuff, like I said, I don't know too many villains that have comic books. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to. Just to be able to stretch this guy's characterism through a book and then expand it into an animation series, which is where I'm going next. So Sun Tzu's comic books, oh my lord, they're gonna be so sick. Like I told y'all, I got a bio book coming. You know what I'm saying? That's what's next. I got a bio book coming. And so the bio book is going to be just as cool. Look at this. I got to put them up. The bio book is just going to be just as cool. The new bio book is going to be just as cool as this. And it's going to be sick, man. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have a character like this, Sun Tzu, you got to take your business. Him and Seth in a comic series, showing how they became the unquestioned leader of the assassins, how Sun Tzu became the leader of the assassins, how Sun Tzu managed to galvanize all these individual different characters, not so much telling them what he can do, but it's showing them what he can do for them, and how joining forces with him would make for a great a team. And so Sun Tzu, even though some people see it that way, but see, as you read the comic books, you get to realize he's not just a leader. He parries himself as somebody who can understand who they are, giving them what they need, while simultaneously them serving the whole benefit of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Because he doesn't speak like an individual just wants to do something. He speaks like, hey, we're gonna do this. And people are more likely to relate to that, man. So that's what makes the comic books, that's what's gonna make the comics sick as hell. I can't wait for the whole sequence. It's gonna be nuts, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So next. Next up is animation. You doggone right I'm gonna do animation. Are you kidding me? Shoot. Sun Tzu his own animation series? What? Him and Seth? Woo! You get to see that water, boy. I needed some water. You get to see how the concept of the comic book migrated into the animation series. Right now, as we're speaking, aside from the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, and yo, when I tell you I've written 2 seasons already, I've written 2 seasons of the animation series already. Storyline, I know what the episode names are, I know what they're gonna be about, I know what scenes are gonna be about. Y'all, I ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here getting what's wrong with all these gnats? I guess it's because it's summertime. But I ain't playing no games. Yo, when I tell you the animation series is gonna be off the chain, it's gonna be off the chain. Yo, Sun Tzu gonna get his own. He's gonna get his own animation series with him and Seth. Then I'm gonna have one with just him and the assassins. Then I'm gonna have one with the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Then I'm gonna have animated movies, random animated movies. You know, because Sun Tzu being the antagonist of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. You know how cool it is gonna be able to see. One thing I always felt like the other cartoons I used to watch as a kid, were growing up, were missing was Thanos never had a real storyline with his own animated series. Darkseid, Mamra, who else am I thinking of? That's an Overlord villain. That's a cool villain. I said Thanos, Darkseid, Mamra, Apocalypse. Never really had their own animation series, like their own, so we could better understand them. Yes, in the comic series in the X-Men, they had the Age of Apocalypse. That was like him taking over. Apocalypse, you know, I take it back. Apocalypse might be the only guy that had his own comic something. But as far as animation, no. I felt like that's what was missing in the whole X-Men universe. Apocalypse having no animation sequence. They could have done it, but they didn't. It always seems like it's about money. Well, if something's going to be creative, then don't let it be about money. Like for me, it ain't going to be about money. I'm not begging anybody to let Sun Tzu have his own animation series. I'm not begging anybody to let every character in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe have their own series. You're not stopping me from doing that. Because I think it's important to let individual characters have their own storyline. Sun Tzu needs to have his own storyline separate from the whole Assassins. And then also too separate from the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. See, the whole game plan with Sun Tzu is to make this dude look so sick. Can you imagine people calling, writing and emailing you and posting you like, have you seen the animated series with Sun Tzu? That thing was sick, man. It ain't just, see, the animated movies gives you an opportunity to focus on him. See, he's going to be part of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe and part of the Assassins. But when you focus on only him by himself in an animation series, oh my lord, it's going to be sick. Him and Seth in an animated movie and how they became what they became, going where they're going, how they got to where they're getting. Oh my lord, that's gonna be so sick. Sun Tzu is one of these how can I say, one of these villains. Forget villains, one of the greatest animated characters ever created. I am telling you right now. At the art shows, he be getting mad love. Even when I post stuff on social media, he's always getting love. Every time I post Sun Tzu, every single time. I don't even know whether it's the name or just the way he looks, or it's the combination of both. Because even when I post stuff for other people, they're always like, man, this dude is sick. Like people, when I post stuff about Sun Tzu, people are like, yo, this dude is sick. When I tell people about a possibility he's gonna have an animation series, they're people like, what? Like, you'd be surprised at some of the awesome conversations you have with people when you go to these comic expos. When I got to version 5, right around 2019, which was the last time I went to a comic expo, my characters took number 1. And let me tell you, Sun Tzu was in that sale reason. Was the reason, one of the reasons why I came in number 1. People started to see the version 5. Then they started to see people go through the heroes. Then we got to the villains. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? And that's when I realized, no matter what I do, man, I got to let Sun Tzu have his own animation series. He's too cool of a character. How cool would it be to figure out how, from the comics to the animation, and how all of it ties together? And I'm tying it together. Like, and people are like, whoa. People are just like, sorry, I thought it was one of those flies flying around. People are just like, man, this dude is cool. This dude is that dude. Like, building block of a villain supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Watching the animation series, I can't wait till I can actually show you all the animated series, or even the animation intro that I'm working on right now, which is the sickest thing you've ever seen. When I say this animation intro is off the chain, oh my god, it's off the chain. And wait till you see Sun Tzu scene. Woo! What? That's the beauty. And guess what? Yes, y'all, I'm already great right now, and I'm about to start school in the fall. Man, it's gonna be on and popping, and you never know. I'm going also might be a mentor teaching students, kids, how to create their own animation. Because if there's one thing I'm tired of not seeing from a lot of kids from not, I don't want to call it minority communities. I hate calling minorities. From those who aren't Caucasian, is that they're not being taught creativity. Because creativity can go into different many facets, whether it's animation, whether it's biology, whether it's engineering, whether it's the sciences. But creativity stretches itself to all mannerisms. This is why Sun Tzu is such a cool character. Like, he goes against the grain of what he wasn't given as a child. It's what he chose to have as an adult. That's what made Sun Tzu a great character. And wait till you see the animation series. Man, this thing is going to be off the chain, y'all. So, yo, that's the animations right there. What he does by himself, him and Seth. What he does with the assassins. You know what I'm saying? And then with the assassins, artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, Excursion, the Android Coyotes. That animation sequence right there. And then what he does overrun the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. How the Karjakz have to figure out how to stop Sun Tzu and the assassins. Because you got to stop Sun Tzu. These guys are damn invincible, man. But you know, the Karjakz have to find a way to overcome, to take on this overlord, this commander, this overlord that is just hell-bent on universal domination. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's going to be the animation stuff right there. Now, next up is the movies. Man, if I'm having animations, comics, animation, you know I'm going to have movies. Now, movies are going to be so sick. And I'm over here dreaming about who could play Sun Tzu. And there's been one dude I've had in my head the entire time. Idris Elba. It ain't because he's African. Yes. Because I'm Nigerian. Yes. I know I've been picking up on Nigerian actors since I've been picking actors for every single character in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. It ain't my fault Nigerians are great actors. It ain't my fault Africans are great actors. But if I'm going to drop a movie, how sick would it be for a villain to have his own movie? I want you to sit there and tell me one villain who has his own movie. I'm going to give you all some time. 0. That's how many villains I can think of that have their own superhero movie. And be that I can write my own scripts, which I'm already doing. I ain't begging no of these companies to let me do what I believe is my dream. You ain't stopping me. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to find a way to stop you. They're going to be player hating. They're going to try to block you, come up with all kinds of bull jive. But see, America's not the only place to make a movie. And one thing I've always hated about the way African Americans were portrayed in movies, even when they were playing villains, they were stereotypical villains. Killmonger might have been the first time that I saw a villain that I thought like, oh, this is what's up. Killmonger is a sick villain. Like the first Black Panther movie, Lord have mercy. Killmonger was sick as hell. I love the whole concept of Killmonger. He was brilliant, intelligent, conniving, tactical. He had every type of combat skills you could name. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Killmonger, oh, Lord have mercy, he was a sick villain. Same thing with Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, man, these movies, I'm just drooling. Just think about who could play Sun Tzu. Idris Elba is the only first name that comes to mind. I can't think of anybody who else who could play Sun Tzu. Are you kidding me? You have to be a certain way. Maybe the guy who played Ghost on Power. He plays St. Patrick. I can't. Man, you know what? Now I'm curious. Now I got to Google it. Now I got to Google Power. I got to Google Power so I can figure out who played Ghost on Power. I got man, let me go into this thing. You know what? I'm gonna Google this joker. I got to Google it because I'm too curious. Power. There we go. So let's see here. All right, there's right. Omari Hardwick would make a good Sun Tzu. Woo! He'd be a sick Sun Tzu. Omari Hardwick would make a sicko Sun Tzu. That would be off the chain right there, man. Are you kidding me? Omari Hardwick would make a good... Him or Idris Elba would be the most awesomest Sun Tzu ever. Even, what's this guy? He's also a Nigerian. Oh my God, what's this dude's name? Let me see. Rotimi. What's his name? He's Nigerian. Yes, I know. I keep picking out Nigerians. I'm sorry that Rotimi. Yeah, from Power. He would make a great Sun Tzu too. Man, he would be, oh my God. And yeah, I keep choosing Nigerians. I keep choosing Africans. I don't give a damn. I'm Nigerian. I ain't apologizing for that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, he would make a great Sun Tzu. And so as I put together this thing, man, I'm over here in my head thinking like, yo, movies about Sun Tzu, though the storyline alone, like can you imagine 3 great movies, how he became Sun Tzu, how he started as Sun Tzu. And let me tell y'all something so y'all understand this too, because I didn't say this in the comic series. The comic series, once the second one comes around, in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, you get to see how Sun Tzu put it all together. Why the Karjakz are always going against this guy. Like the second book, there's a title to it. And I ain't going, all you need to know is relates to Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Sun Tzu in movies, oh my God. I can't think of any other actors because those are my favorites so far in my head. I mean, of course, as I get to that junction in my life, when it's time to make that movie, I could change my mind and pick different actors. But my number 1 option is Idris Elba. My number 2 option is Omar Hardwick. And then my number 3 option would be Rotimi. Yeah, it's going to be Nigerians, man. I ain't playing no games, man. I got to do it how I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is an African thing. I'm hell bent on making sure that Africa shines in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Because this guy right here, I've never seen a villain this cool. Yes, there was M'Baku. And yes, M'Baku was cool, but M'Baku was created by some Caucasian who didn't know jack about Africa, which infuriates the hell out of me. You know, the only villain I've actually thought of that I can think of that's an African American villain or African villain or a villain of African descent that was worth a damn was Killmonger. I can't think of any other villain I've ever liked. I can't think of one at all. None of them. They were just stereotypical or just sucked. You know what I'm saying? But Killmonger was great. And so, you know, shoot, now think about it. Shoot, Michael B. Jordan might make a great Sun Tzu. I never underestimate, man. Never, like I say, y'all, when the time come, Sun Tzu gonna have mad options. I can see a whole bunch of actors hit me up. Yo, Cajun, come on, man. Let a brother get his shine on with this Sun Tzu. Everybody wants to be Sun Tzu. Like, Sun Tzu is that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, the movie's gonna be off the chain. You just drooling about it. I can see my brother seeing this episode right now. My brother's like, whoa. I can't wait for you to drop the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe movie. Yo, it's gonna be sick as hell, man. So, you know, there's a belief you gotta have in yourself, man. And when you create these amazing characters, you know what I'm saying? Lord Sun Tzu, Overlord, unquestioned leader of the assassins. Man, I can see, you know, the one thing that these stupid studios ain't gonna be able to do is stop me. No longer do you need to beg studios, whatever the companies are. I'm not gonna waste my time mentioning them because they're not worth mentioning. They can't stop what I'm gonna do. This is the era of independence for any artist. You come up with your own ideas, you execute them. What you think I got an iPhone for? Bust it out. People got cameras, man. Yo, order your own cameras. Pay the city money so you can shoot your movies. Be creative. Be the orchestrator of your own creation. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, movies with Sun Tzu, him and Seth. One's with him and Seth. One's with the Assassins. And then one's with the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Oh, my God. Universe, you just don't know what's up with this. Karjakz Vs Assassins is the greatest universe ever created. I got no problem saying it. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Because I know what I done created is heat. So, yo, that's the movies right there. So, you know, that's this week's episode by focusing on Lord Sun Tzu. So, you know, that's our show for this week. So, you know, gotta focus, recap on everything we talked about, y'all. Origins, his history, you know, his origins, the birth of Sun Tzu, not knowing his parents. You know what I'm saying? That's his origins right there. Building himself from orphanage to what he is now, to overlord, unquestioned leader. Then his history, inheriting Seth as a guardian, and then putting together at his disposal the assassins, led by his wife and his general and his fiance, artillery, his children, Kanji and Revo, his hitman, Excursion, his hitman, Excursion and Yukon, and of course his espionage specialist, Snipes, because that's what she is, you know what I'm saying? Then of course, his Marines that he likes to set on in the front, the Coyotes, android assassins that can mimic, they live off of AI, they can use artificial intelligence to be, you can't beat them, literally. You know what I'm saying? That's his history right there. And of course, his abilities, combat skills, his intelligence, his cunning, his tactical, his ability to galvanize people. Those are abilities right there. And of course, Seth is Mystical's tiger. Evil Seth that can grow in size, do all kinds of crazy abilities like come at you in different ways of the environment, which is all I'm not going to tell you what Seth can do. You know what I'm saying? Organic skill, organic steel. Then of course the comics, having his own comic series. How many villains you know have their own comics? And then of course the animation series. How many villains you know have their own animation series? You know what I'm saying? Then of course the movies, having multiple different actors that are named already for y'all. Idris Elba, Omari Hardwick, Rotimi, Michael B. Jordan, all these amazing actors that can. I can't wait for all this to come out. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Sun Tzu right there. The recap of Sun Tzu of who he is, man. Then of course, as usual, y'all know what it is. Can't get out here to talk about all the new cool gear, new cool stuff we got. And speaking of cool gear, if you love posters, whether it's 11 by 17, whether it's 13 by 19, whether it's canvas print, or even what else we doing? 11 by 17, 13 by 19, 24 by 36, canvas print. We doing all masters of art printing, man. So yo, or if you want a pencil sketch, you can always order a pencil sketch of Sun Tzu, and I will get my draw on. But guess what I'm going to have to do? Bill you, because I don't do nothing for free. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's posters right there. Then of course, the t-shirt of the day. That's right, Lord Sun Tzu. You know, I got him on the back. See, this t-shirt is double-faced. It's got Sun Tzu on the back. And you know I had to put Sun Tzu on the back. Look at Sun Tzu and Seth right there. What you see right there. Woo! You can get this shirt on sunvision.com. Now see, Sun Tzu's on the back because I doubled it up. But on the front, I got Cajun, his arch nemesis. So you know it's going down. Cajun and Seth and Sphinx right there. But back to the back, Lord Sun Tzu. This t-shirt available and all kinds of coolness. And you can get this in multiple characters, just like I got you right now. You know what I'm saying? Look at the front right here. You got the left sleeve, you got the right sleeve right there with the Karjakz logo. You got the front right there with Cajun on it. Getting ready to challenge Lord Sun Tzu. You got Sun Tzu on the left side. The assassins right there. You know what I'm saying? The assassin logo. You see that right there. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got Lord SUNTZU in the back himself. You know what I'm saying? Look at that with Seth, the evil mystical tiger. Man, these shirts are sick as hell, man. And look, we got them in different characters too. From Blade. No, you know what? Different characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Escalade, and Diesel, Shepherd. Then you got the assassins, Lord SUNTZU, right here on the back. The main man himself. You know what I'm saying? Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, Excursion. You know what I'm saying? The Coyotes themselves. And look, speaking of SUNTZU, that's him right there on the banner right there. Lord SUNTZU, him and Seth right there. You know what's up. Y'all know I was going to show him to y'all. Y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's SUNTZU right there on t-shirts, man. And then, of course, next up, our other gear. Since it's t-shirts, since it's apparel, you know what I'm saying? One apparel at a time. Check it out. If you love long sleeve tees, you know what? Check this out. Since I'm doing this, I might as well do this right, so let y'all see it proper. I'm gonna see once I get a lot of money one day, y'all. Man, I'm gonna have mad mannequins. It's not the same when you show people stuff, man. Check this out. Long sleeve tees. If you love long sleeve tees, you know what I'm saying? If you love working out, this is the tee for you. You want to be in the gym, you don't want your sleeve showing, you get one of our awesome long sleeve tees. Look at this. The right sleeve with the Karjakz on it. The left sleeve with the assassins on it. Then you got the back. Then I'm going to show y'all the front. The classic Karjakz Assassins on the back right here. But look at the detail of the art. It's sick as hell, man. I ain't playing. Then check out the front. Lets you know when this whole thing got cracking, man. Look at Karjakz Vs Assassins logo. Keeping it simple and artistic. And we got them in different characters, I stated before, as always, as you know. Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man. Anything on my banner, available on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing over here at Sanusi Vision. Then, of course, I got more t-shirts. You know I got to show you more t-shirts, man. Check this out. Look at this. The first Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt that I created that was in the new design, the new age of technology that when I started doing this, all these cool stuff that you see me wearing now. Look at this. Karjakz logo over here. Then the classic Karjakz Vs Assassins version 1 on the cover. On the front cover right there. Look at that thing looking sick as I don't know what. Then of course on the left sleeve, you got the Assassins logo. You know what I'm saying? The Assassins doing their thing. You see that, man. Then of course, version 5 on the back. And this is what led to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But check out this t-shirt. Man, and these t-shirts, this design, every time I rock it, people are like, whoa. So, they're like, how many villains you got on there? A whole lot. You know what I'm saying? How many heroes you got in there? A whole lot. So you can get this t-shirt available on SUNTZUvision.com. And you got them in different characters too, though. Karjakz Vs Assassins characters. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel, Seth. You know what I'm saying? Then you've got them in the villains too. SUNTZU, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Excursion, Yukon, the Coyotes. You know what I'm saying? And of course, different characters that I've drawn. Anything that's on this banner. Whether it's Blade, Iron Man, Ronin Warriors, Turtles, Mega Man, Black Panther, Batman, Wonder Woman. You name it, we got it available. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing over here. Then of course, I got the sweatpants. If you love working out, or you just want to look cool and be comfortable in your travels or just general wear, you got to get one of our awesome pants. Now this one's a dripped up and dripped out Karjakz Assassins one. That's right. You know I have to load it up. And since we're paying homage to Lord SUNTZU, guess what I got to show you first? Look at who's looking at you right here. He's scaring the crap out of you. That's right. Lord SUNTZU. Look at the detail on this shirt, man. This all I do is detail. Look at this thing, man. Sick as I don't know what. Look at the right leg right there. The left leg, excuse me. Then you got the right leg with the Karjakz, the Assassins, the Karjakz, the heroes, Cajun. You know what I'm saying? You got Escalade. You know what I'm saying? You got Sincere. You got Sphinx. You got Shepherd right here. Then on this one, you got SUNTZU. You got Excursion. You got Seth right there. And then when you flip it to the back, man, we got that action, man. You got Glocks. You got Diesel. You got Rasputin. You know what I'm saying? And then you flip to the other side, the other leg. Man, you got Revo. You got Yukon. You got Kanji. You got Artillery. Man, this thing is draped up. And then you got the Coyotes at the bottom. Yo, when I say detail, this is what we're doing over here with pants, with Sanusi Vision. Detail, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why my gear is super sick. And yes, since I'm at it, and I didn't want to forget, I figured I might as well show it to y'all. Since I got it in my hand. Who doesn't love an awesome bomber jacket? I got to show it to y'all. I might as well show it to y'all. Shoot, man. All we make is cool gear. That's all we do is make cool gear. Let me show y'all what's up with this bomber jacket. Y'all know what's up. This is what we're doing at Sunless Vision. I can't tell you. Look at this bomber jacket. Man, this thing is spitfire and it's lit. Look at this. Man, waterproof bomber jacket. And guess what else? He comes in black too. And guess who I'm going to showcase to y'all first? Lord SUNTZU himself. You see him right there. This is the left arm, the assassins right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, version 5 right here. But on the right sleeve, we got the classic Karjakz Vs Assassins version 1 right here. Look at all these amazing villains. Look at SUNTZU in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You see him right there. That's him right there, baby. You know what I'm saying? And of course, look at the detail on the front. Karjakz Vs Assassins bomber jacket. And it's got the zipper style too. And it's waterproof. And I know you're curious. What's the inside look like? That's the inside right there, the lining. Look at that. Sick as I don't know what, man. All we do is custom design the Sunless Vision. Ain't nothing generic. Ain't nothing waiting. You order, we design. Let's check out the back, y'all. Look at this. Karjakz Vs Assassins. I keep it simple and artistic. I can't tell how many compliments I get about this jacket, y'all. This jacket is spitfire, you know what I mean? So, yo, Sunless Vision. And then last but not least, is the footwear. We always got to talk about the footwear. Why? Because now, our footwear is the official footwear on AnnaDaleCenter.com. Yes, that's right, AnnaDaleCenter.com. Our shoes are that cool. Because we got these Batas 2 high tops coming, but we got the new versions coming soon, y'all. It's going to be available on SoundVision.com. We're doing big things on SoundVision. And guess what? Since we're doing big things, guess who we got to pay homage to? Lord SUNTZU himself. Guess who's on this shoe right here? Him on this side, and his guardian on this side, SETH. So I got SUNTZU on this side, and I got SETH on this side. These are the high tops. The Karjakz Vs Assassins high tops. You know what I'm saying? Yo, right here. Cajun on this shoe right here, and then SETH on the other side. These high tops, these are the platinum versions. These are for collectors. If you're a collector, this is for you. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing over here at Sunless Vision. Big things, big time things, always big time things. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing at Sunless Vision. We're doing big things, man. The Batas 2 high tops, but we got them in different characters too. Karjakz Vs Assassins characters. SUNTZU. You know what I'm saying? Cajun, Sphinx, SETH, the Karjakz Vs Assassin characters. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Sphinx too. And then of course the Assassins, SUNTZU, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Excursion, Yukon, the Coyotes. Yo, and they're different characters, whether it's Mega Man, whether it's Blade, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, whether it's Ronin Warriors, whether it's War Machine, Turtles, Batman, Black Panther, Black Widow, Wonder Woman. You name it, we got it. If it's on this banner, we can get it on our shoes. And wait till y'all see the new shoes I'm coming through. Woo, they gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's our high tops right there, man. Go get yours today on SoundVision.com and get your stun on. People need to know, yo, Batas, they make the feet feel great. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's all our stuff there. And I didn't want to forget this. Bucket hats, because I was wearing this through the whole show. Check it out. Yeah, yours truly right there, Lord SUNTZU. You know what I'm saying? This bucket hat. Now, what's cool about our bucket hat is custom design. But what's also cool about it is that, as you can see, it's one design right here. You flip it, you got a double color, baby. That's why we're doing it. Now we gray on this side. See, we were blue on the other side, but we gray on this side right here. And this is a classic on this side right here, version 1 right here. And guess who again? Lord SUNTZU. Look at this Sunless Vision logo right there, looking sick as hell. And this thing, yo, it's easy to dry. If it gets wet, it dries easy. See, this is everything we do in our Sunless Vision. We taking people's convenience into design. That's how you design right there. Now you flip it back the other way, you got the blue on this side. So you know what I mean? So yo, that's bucket hats right there. Available on SoundVision.com. You know we got to do this thing, man. You know what I mean? Yo, that's what we're doing on Sunless Vision, man. You know what I mean? And then of course, since it's the summer, water, 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 water. I can't stress enough water. Y'all give me a second, y'all. All right, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I am back. I'm gonna rock the glasses again. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? But yo, water bottles, and our custom water bottles are sick as hell. Multiple characters, stainless steel, keep your drink cold, don't matter. Even in the heat, my drink's still cold when I come back to it. You know what I'm saying? They got the favorable unscrew cap. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing on Sunless Vision, man. And you got the handle too. So convenience for carrying. I can't tell how many times I'm walking around, people are like, whoa, what is that in your hand? That is the coolest cap of water bottle I've ever seen. I say, hey man, they don't look at the details of the character like, oh, we got SUNTZU. You know what I'm saying? We got the Assassins, and I'm over here, got all my goals on it. See, this one's custom designed with all my vision board on it. You know what I mean? You always got to execute your dreams. So available on multiple characters, the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Batman, Blade, Iron Man, Turtles, Mega Man. Anything on my banner can go in the water bottle. Everything's custom designed as always, man. You know what I mean? So your water bottles, stay hydrated. Get your water on. Get one of our custom water bottles on sunvision.com, y'all. So y'all, that's our show for today, man. I gotta tell you, man, today's been an exciting show. I got my energy, I'm so amped, man. You know what I mean? But I gotta thank y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me a second. Over there, it's cooking up in here, man. Boy, what a summer. I'm over here. I was like, what's going on? I'm over here sweating. I'm getting a workout while doing this almost some episode. So as I stated before, man, that's everything new that we got. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's our show for today, man. I want to thank y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced. No, before we get up out of here, can't do that. Nuh-uh. I got to promote some stuff. First and foremost, the Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book. Now, why is this book important? Because it's going to lead to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out. That's right. You already know what's coming. It's going down. It got to go down. You know what I'm saying? And this book is going to help you understand everything that's going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. So that when the first book drops, you know what's going on. Now, this book is available on sunvision.com, so you can understand what's going on with the heroes. The Karjakz, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel, Seth, Sphinx, of course. Then, of course, they're going against those villainous assassins led by Lord SUNTZU, who is our special character today. You know what I'm saying? SUNTZU, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Excursion, Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes. You know what I'm saying? So when you get this Bible book, you get to understand everything that's going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. So get your copy so you know who the characters are. Now, what you're not going to know what's going on in the first official comic book. Hey, I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. You feel me? But the book's going to be sick as I don't know what. Then, of course, getting the comic book, this Bible book helps you understand everything, the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Now, if you want to get the classic, maybe you want to be a collector, you want the version 2 or version 1, yo, let me know. The only one available on the website is this one. But if you want me to send you a version 1, let me know. Send it get your order in, and I will send it to you. Because, hey, let me tell you right now, you better get ready, baby. The Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is popping. Yo, I'm going to be that person that people will be having collectors. You know what I'm saying? All these people that thought I wasn't going somewhere, I'm going somewhere, man. This week has been an amazing week. So many things that the universe has blessed me with, aside from great health and gratitude that I have. Like, whoa, things are just happening. And when you stay close and faithful to the universe rewards you, man. When you honor and you do things with honor, the universe rewards you. So, yo, things are popping like crazy. You know what I mean? So, yo, bio book available on sunvision.com because the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is coming. And it's going to be heat, y'all. And then last but not least, I almost forgot. Ain't going to forget. Journals. Why am I talking about journals? Because we got to talk about books. We got to talk about mental health and keeping right and staying right. Y'all, give me a second. It's important. Journals lead to you reading this book leads to you journals. Feeling good. See, ever since I've been writing my journals, which today is going to be the 397th. It's going to be the 397th day since when I started my therapy last year. 397 days, y'all. So, you know, when I first started, I had the first therapist. And so when I ran out of sessions, I had to get another therapy. And so therapy sessions are very expensive. And so now that I have a job and I'm able to get therapy session, it's been a blessing. I'm not going to stop doing therapy. I made a contract with myself. 2 years I was going to do it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. 2 years of mental awesome healthiness. This is the best I have felt ever in my life. And it's no wonder that everything that I'm touching, everything I'm doing is changing because energy is changing. I've always been a happy person, a joyous person, but there were obstacles that were in my way, things that need to be settled, which I've settled now. You come to peace with things. That's what therapy does for you. It teaches you to be at peace with yourself. And you can't get there until you talk to an expert. So if you know you need help, get some help. They are out there. And not just help from just anybody, any old therapist, because nowadays I feel like therapy is not becoming a game where people just want to make money. Nah. No. Don't play with people's minds, man. People's minds are the pinnacle of their humanity. Don't mess with their heads. If you're a no good therapist, you need to go kick rocks. You can go to you know where. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good therapist, then help people to get where they need to go. And that's what I've got. My therapist is amazing. I can't tell you his name, but man, this man is amazing. Amazing. And so look, reading this book, feeling good, strategies of feeling better in life and coming to grips with decisions and understanding decisions, understanding life, understanding consequences. This book is a great read. Look at y'all. I enjoy reading this book, man. You know what I'm saying? So journal. And the reason why I'm talking about this journal, because I started to realize I didn't realize how important it is to write your own journal, to understand the history of what you're doing as a human being. So journals, y'all. Journals, available on SUNTZU.com. Got them in multiple characters, classic Karjakz Vs Assassins. This is version 5 right here. But you know what I'm saying? I've even got this one. I gotta show it to y'all. This was my first journal I ever designed. This is the second one I got designed. And then I got the 5th one coming that I got designed. And if you flip it to the back, you see? As you can see on this one is the Karjakz Vs Assassins classic in the front, version 1, and then version 5 is on the back. But on this one is the Karjakz in the front, and then the Assassins on the back. But it's available in different characters too. From individual characters, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Raspin, Sincere Shepherd, Diesel, Seth, to the Assassins. SUNTZU, Artillery, Kanji, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, Excursion, the Coyotes, and then also too, different characters that I was drawing. Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man, you name it, I got it on the website, y'all. So if you love journals, go get you a copy today so that you can write your own history, your own daily achievements, man. You know what I mean? So that's what's up with that right there, man. You know what I mean? I have to talk about it. It's very important. I told you every episode I was going to talk about mental health. I can't stress the importance of. I think it's super important. You know what I'm saying? I think it's super important. So that's our show for today, man. So I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. You know what I'm saying? And please check out our website at sunvision.com. All the cool stuff we got, from water bottles, to wallets. You know what I'm saying? To glasses cases. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, glasses cases. These my glasses go in here. The new pair of glasses that I got. So I ain't gotta hide it. Look at it. You know what's up. I've had these glasses case for a minute. And look at how it closes. So you see that? Done. Look at how cool this. Do a 360 off for y'all. This is what we're doing on Sound Vision, man. You know what I mean? So this is what we're doing right here. Glasses cases. I'm gonna put on my glasses back. You know what I mean? So all the cool stuff we got on Sound Vision. And bio books too. Can't forget that. All versions of bio books. And posters. Don't forget that. You know what I mean? All kinds of cool stuff on Sound Vision. And then also too, you can check out our podcast on our website. You can see animations on the website. You can see graphic design on the website. You can see where the shows, events that we're going to go to on the website. The website is too sick, man. You know what I mean? And before I forget, I got to thank our sponsors. This Sound Vision podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, that's Tigler.com. Don't wait. Search today. That's Tigler.com, y'all. That's Tigler.com. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel for the Knuckle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the Knuckle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. While I was going on my outro speech, I'm over here forgetting about our sponsors. Because bills always got to be paid in the morning and in the evening. And in the intro and in the outro. That's just what we're doing over here. We're professional over here at Sound Vision. And also, too, while y'all are checking out SoundVision.com, check out our podcast. Subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel at Sound Vision. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how great it was to put my podcast on YouTube till I moved it to. I used to be like, hey, I'm stuck on Spotify. Hey, I'm stuck on Apple. Man, I said, forget this. I want people to see me and hear me. So I shifted the whole thing to YouTube. It's been the greatest move ever. When I say it's benefited my whole YouTube, my whole gambit of my whole creative universe, it has benefited. My YouTube channel is lit, man. I've come such a long way from when I started. Didn't understand what I was going. Now I realize the power of YouTube and how it is a channel for you, for everything that you do, from my animations to my podcast to my promoting. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see all these different things that I'm doing, from the sneaker brand to the apparel wear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to promote everything that I'm doing. And you can check out all the artistic creative endeavors on my YouTube page at Sound Vision, because this website, this podcast, this channel allows me to have everything that you want to see that Sound Vision does available to you. I can't tell many people now asking me for advice about how to build up their platforms. I'm like, hey man, Consistency, everyday posting, every single day, not every other day, every single day. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's what you got to do. And then, of course, your social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram. Now, TikTok, I don't know how long that's going to be around in America. I've already put in my mindset that, hey, TikTok is going bye-bye. I don't need to care, and I don't care. They can leave because they're shadow banning their own users anyway. They're unscrupulous. They got no honor. Now, whereas YouTube, that's that dude right there. That's where it's at, because YouTube allows you to be even with all the big dogs too. Their channel got to equal your channel. People think of it like you being CNN. No, excuse me. CNN is a terrible channel. I'm not even talking about CNN. Think of it like, well, not that any of them are worth a damn anyway, but you know, you're like kind of like ESPN and somebody else is like NBC or Fox channel or CBS or whatever channel you are. That's what you are. You have to give people a reason to come to your channel. Your content has to give them a reason to come to your channel. People aren't just going to show up on your channel just because you're doing whatever. Give them great content. Let your content be... See, people just create any kind of content. Me, I'm creating content that's based on what I do. So now my platform is growing organically, which means it's growing in the direction of what I want it to grow. Not just in any direction. Because when you get to some point with people, when you go viral or whatever, which viral doesn't really matter because it's just a one-time thing, consistency is more important than going viral. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I feel like viral is okay. It doesn't. You're a moment on people's channel, on people's screens. But when you're consistent, you're every day on their channel. They come to look for your product. They come to look for your viewership. They come to look for your content creation. So get your YouTube up. Facebook is great too, even though I think they shadow ban too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anything that's got anything to do with Mark Zuckerberg's sorry caucus, it's always somehow he's trying to screw people over on money or screw people over, period. I mean, this guy. Facebook is great. It's still, you can still use it. The reels are there. The posts are there. But nothing can touch YouTube. Nothing. Then, of course, you got TikTok. Like I said, TikTok used to be on and popping. But somehow those morons got themselves in trouble. Now they ain't going to be anywhere at all. They're not going to be anywhere in America. It's done deal. U.S. Congress has already passed the law. It's game over for them. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. It's all right. I feel like it's more of a gossip page. It's good to use, but to me, it's about visual content. So maybe posting information on there and maybe little snippets of video is good, but that's where you put it. Then, of course, Instagram. Instagram is there, but honestly, y'all, it's becoming the forgotten page. I really think it's old news. That's just me. But other people are stuck on there because they've got a whole bunch of followers. But I have no fear of starting again and getting followers from somewhere else. That's why I shifted everything I'm doing from everywhere to YouTube. YouTube is just that dog. I see more greater potential, more greater success, more greater results from YouTube channel. You know what I mean? But you still need to have all those platforms. And as artists, I get tired of artists complaining and whining about, oh, my channel ain't working. How about you put in some work and go get your YouTube channel and stop being a lazy bum? Get off your you-know-what. Get off your backside and get to work. You know, I don't cuss on my show, so, you know, that's why I use other words. I substitute. You know what I mean? But, yo, get off your backside and get to work and stop being a lazy bum. And just stop whining. I can't stand that about artists. We are in the era where the artists that in the past didn't have this. Can you imagine if oh my God, Basquiat had YouTube? What? Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if Dwayne McDuffie had YouTube? What? Are you kidding me? All these great artists. Can you imagine if Frida had YouTube or Picasso? Man, ooh, it'd be over. It'd be straight over. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's social media right there, man. And please, don't forget to review us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to forget this. You know, don't forget to review us. Rate us. Give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Believe in yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever let go of your dreams. Stay safe, y'all. Peace. Check this cool cartoon intro out. All right, you can see the rest of it on my YouTube channel, and you can also check it out on my website at sunsvisionshop.com. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.